Have you ever wondered if there's more to reality than what meets the eye? What if you could perceive the world in a completely different way, one that transcends the limits of ordinary human vision? Welcome to a journey beyond the three-dimensional space we're used to, where time is not just a ticking clock, but a dimension we can explore. Once you learn to think in four dimensions, you unlock a hidden realm, and you'll begin to see what was once invisible. We've all been conditioned to think within the confines of length, width, and height. These three dimensions shape everything we see and experience in the physical world. But what if I told you that there's a fourth dimension? A dimension that isn't just abstract, but can dramatically alter the way you understand life, energy, and the universe itself. Stick with me, and I'll show you how to break free from the limitations of 3D thinking and open your mind to the vastness of 4D consciousness. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped to tap into a reality that's been hidden right in front of you all along. 1. What is 4D thinking? First, let's break down what thinking in four dimensions means. In physics, the concept of the fourth dimension refers to time. While most of us experience time as a straightforward, linear progression, moving from past to present to future, 4D thinking radically shifts this understanding. Rather than viewing events as purely sequential, 4D thinking suggests that past, present, and future are all interconnected, existing simultaneously. This idea aligns with some of the most cutting-edge theories in physics, like Einstein's theory of relativity, which posits that time and space are intertwined in a fabric known as space-time. When you adopt 4D thinking, your perception broadens. You begin to understand that what happened in the past isn't isolated. It reverberates into your present and future. Conversely, choices you make now can ripple back and influence how you interpret past events, creating an intricate web of cause and effect. This level of awareness allows you to detect patterns, synchronicities, and connections that others might overlook. For instance, you might notice that a challenge you faced years ago equipped you with the resilience you need today, or that the people and experiences in your life are not random occurrences. You'll begin to see life as a series of intentional moments, all contributing to your growth and understanding. Instead of feeling like life is something that happens to you, it becomes something that happens for you. This mindset shift opens a new dimension of meaning, where seemingly unconnected events start to make sense. By thinking in 4D, you begin to understand that everything is part of a larger, purposeful design, and that perspective can be life-changing. 2. Seeing the invisible. So how does this help you see the invisible? When you start thinking in 4D, you go beyond perceiving objects and events as static, isolated occurrences. Instead, you unlock a more profound way of seeing, one that includes the dimensions of time, possibility, and interconnectedness. This shift in thinking is like glimpsing the unfinished threads of a tapestry before it's fully woven. You see not only what is, but also what could be. In this expanded mindset, you begin to sense the potential energy of situations. Imagine being able to intuitively sense the direction of an event or predict the ripple effects of a decision before they unfold. This doesn't mean seeing the future in a literal sense, but rather becoming more aware of the subtle cues and forces at play. It's like watching the wind sway the branches of a tree and being able to predict how the next gust will move them. This kind of thinking helps you notice what others often miss. Subtle shifts in people's body language, minor changes in tone, or the opportunities that hide within challenges all come into sharper focus. You might start to realize that the thoughts you dwell on, whether positive or negative, are actively shaping your reality. In this way, thinking in 4D allows you to tap into a higher state of awareness, where the boundaries of cause and effect, intention and outcome become more transparent. It may sound mystical, but it's rooted in observation and understanding of complex systems. Once you begin to think this way, you not only see the present more clearly, but also anticipate how the invisible threads of energy, intention, and possibility will weave together to create your future 3. Practical applications. How do you apply this in everyday life? Recognizing that time is fluid is key to understanding the nature of reality. We often think of time as a strict sequence, past, present, future. But in truth, time is much more flexible. One of the most powerful things you can do is avoid getting trapped in regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. Instead, focus on the present moment where your true power lies. This isn't just philosophical, it's grounded in science. Studies on mindfulness and neuroscience show that being fully present can actually reshape your brain, boosting decision-making, emotional regulation, and resilience. When you face a decision, imagine yourself stepping back and viewing your life from a higher perspective, like zooming out on a map. This allows you to see how each choice might ripple across the timeline of your life. Instead of reacting impulsively or out of habit, you observe how each action influences the bigger picture. You'll begin to gravitate toward decisions that lead to more harmony, not just in your life, but in the lives of those around you. This shift also transforms the way you interact with others. When you're attuned to the fluid nature of time, you start to see beyond surface-level conversations. You don't just hear words, you tune into the energy people are projecting. It's like reading between the lines, picking up on their unspoken emotions, intentions, and needs. Suddenly, conversations become deeper and more authentic because you're not just exchanging information, you're connecting on an energetic level. This heightened awareness brings profound changes to your relationships. You'll begin to navigate social dynamics with greater ease, knowing when to engage and when to pull back. It's not about manipulation, but understanding the flow of energy and interactions. As you align with this flow, your relationships become more meaningful, built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. By mastering this fluid perspective of time, you unlock a new way of thinking, feeling, and interacting with the world, one that is more harmonious, fulfilling, and truly in tune with the deeper rhythms of life. Time is fluid, constantly flowing, shifting, and evolving. Instead of viewing time as a rigid line with the past fixed and the future uncertain, recognize that the present moment is your most powerful tool. Don't get trapped by regrets from the past or anxiety about what's ahead. When you focus on the now, you wield the ability to influence both the past and the future. Sounds like magic, right? But it's rooted in psychology and mindfulness. When you take charge of the present, you're rewiring your brain to respond differently, creating new outcomes down the line. Imagine you're faced with a difficult decision. Rather than rushing or panicking, step back and mentally explore how each option will ripple through time. Visualize the potential effects, not just on yourself, but on the people and environment around you. This technique, sometimes referred to as mental time travel, helps you foresee which path leads to the most balanced and harmonious outcome. It's like being able to see multiple futures and then choosing the one that best aligns with your goals and values. This mindset also transforms your relationships. By being fully present, you become attuned to the energy behind people's words and actions. Conversations shift from being surface-level exchanges to deep, meaningful connections. You start to sense the emotions and intentions that others may not even be aware of. Relationships deepen because you're not just listening, you're truly understanding. This approach not only enhances communication, but fosters trust and compassion, creating a more harmonious social environment. So remember, mastering the present moment can reshape your entire experience of time and human connection. If this resonated with you, make sure to subscribe for more mind-expanding insights. Drop a comment below with how you plan to apply 4D thinking to your life. Until next time, remember, the universe is always speaking to you. All you need to do is learn how to listen.